Welcome everyone, it's me Kimaya with the Power of Presentation show, and guess what? It's episode 2, which means you like me. You really like me. Silliness, get down to business. Okay, here's the thing. This episode, I told you that I was going to do this. I had to do it like out the gate. The entrepreneur's heart. Why? Because it's dear to me. If you're an entrepreneur like me, yes, you've been climbing many mountains in your own mind. You've had many dreams. Yada, 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 yada. Ooh, wake up, Kimaya. Get a real job. Sound familiar? Okay, so here's the thing. I have a list, a little questionnaire. Get your notebook out. I want to go through it with you. Let's just go through and define what traits, some things that you might have experienced maybe, or things that you already are, okay? Here we go. Number 1, are you a risk taker? Now I'm not talking about, oh yeah, I like to go on, fast rides and race car driving and all that kind of stuff. I'm a risk taker. I'm an adrenaline junkie. No, I'm saying, are you a risk taker? In other words, are you willing to put your, everything on the line? And sometimes that means working all those extra hours. I mean, nobody said the road to $1 million is going to be easy, right? No one said the road to being self-employed is easy, period. Okay, so risk-taking involves a lot. It involves you going, all right, I might have to give up what? Number 2, my steady paycheck. How much is that a priority to you? Now you're saying, Kimaya, you're telling me to not be responsible. No, I'm not. I am not saying that. There is a way to balance both. Have a steady paycheck, put in the hours to be an entrepreneur, give it all to just entrepreneurship, whatever it is, but you've got to be willing to realize that at some point there's sacrifice all the way, okay? Number 3, do you consider opportunities or do you create them? This is really interesting. I love this one. I've used it in my coaching. I've sat one-on-one with people, and the reason for it is a lot of times you consider the opportunity. Oh, that looks great. Oh gosh, maybe my apple pies are cool. Maybe my chocolate chip cookies are good, and maybe I could do something with it. Or do you really create it like Mrs. Fields? Boom, franchise. Okay, that's the difference. Are you a doer? You're not just thinking about it, but you're doing it, okay? Number 4, have you been accused of being a dreamer? A pie-in-the-sky thinker? Yes. If the answer is yes, 10 to 1 you have a trait of an entrepreneur. It's not easy being a dreamer. We're a rare breed. I've been called, what are you? Might as well put clown for a living, right? What are you? I'm an entrepreneur. Really? Are you a millionaire? Well, no. Not every not every entrepreneur is a millionaire. What is that? Okay. Anyways, if you are, that's okay. You're in the good club. Let's go on. Let's see. Number 5. Have you felt the need to tell your boss all the time that you probably could do a better job than him, and you hate working in that kind of establishment? I don't know about you. I mean, I've always been really good, a good employee, promoted fast, on my way to corporate trainer, been corporate trainer, and then I'm in a cubicle and I can't stand it. I'm like, oh, I'm grateful for my job, but Lord, I really, really want to do my own business. So I've got this business, and I'm hustling and trying to get everything going. Mainly because I don't like that. I feel like I can create my own boundaries, my own rules, my own values. I would do things so much differently if it was my company. Probably you. All right, how about number 6? I love this because so many clients, they come for their consultation, and I sit down with them and I can immediately tell the ones who are probably going to go on, get their business plan done, get their funding, open up shop, and do very well. And you know how I know? Are they coachable? Okay, so here's a perfect example. I can always tell a client that is not coachable. And you know why? Even when I make a mere suggestion about maybe you might want to consider writing your mission statement this way, or perhaps this might be a nice way for you to market. They're like, oh no, I really don't think so, And that's okay. I mean, I'm always about, you probably do know better than me about your product. But if you're not coachable to get advice from somebody who's actually been doing it or runs in this lane, you're not coachable. You're not going to win the game. All right, so I'm about winning the game. And that takes a team sometimes. It takes people, consultants, business advisors, mentors, people who are great in their lane. All right. Now, here's one. Number 7. And people always question me on this. Are you a leader or a follower? Well, most people would think if you're a business owner, you most certainly have to be a leader. You got to be the one to crack the whip, right? Not necessarily. Some of the best leaders were also followers. They knew, in other words, they knew how to get into the lane of the follower so they could relate to him and get him, motivate him, influence him to do the vision with him. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick little story. I love this story. I've used it many, many times. And it's about Disney, Walt Disney himself. And when he was getting ready to do the Matterhorn, as you know, what a great visionary. I read his book. It's an amazing book. But I was recently at a club where they were inviting special guests from the industry to talk about their life in the industry. And one of the engineers that actually worked on the Matterhorn was there speaking. He's like in his 80s now. Worked on so many Disney rides, but the Matterhorn was his baby. And back then it was a wooden sled, a wooden bobsled. And he sat there and he talked to Disney and he said, you know, you never really told Disney, you never told Walt. That's how he put it. You never told Walt, no. You only said, yeah, I think I can do it. Now, mind you, Walt Disney then had to put himself in a position of, okay, I'm going to follow what this guy's saying, trusting this guy to do a bobsled. I mean, really? Going how many miles an hour through twists and turns in a cave? I mean, that was crazy, but he trusted this guy so much. The moral of the story is the engineer created it. It was a hit. And how was it hit? You know, he said, I'm going to ride in it. If I die, I die. But I trust enough that the engineering and the mechanics is going to work. Well, the really crazy part of this story is that it turns out that this engineer, he never even had his engineering degree. He was a visionary too. He was a follower. He was also a leader. And same with Disney. And that's why you got to surround yourself with really, really good people. He got the job done. A little story. Anyways, number 8. This is another one for anybody who's ever taken goal-setting courses or motivational tapes in your car and, ooh, I think I can. Do you take rejection well? Because let me tell you, if you don't, get out. Get out now. Run for the hills. I mean, I've been in the music industry for over 30 years, and I tell you, when you are the commodity, it's hard. It's even harder in business to sit here and think that you, who have a brand new little, cup that you like to market, is actually going to make it in the world. All right? Before there was a Shark Tank, before there was all of that, there was these entrepreneurs pounding the pavement with their little wares going, I think I can, I don't know what I'm doing, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. So you got to have that kind of heart. Number 9. Are you capable of making tough decisions? Whew, I cannot tell you how hard that one was for me. It's especially hard when you know you're coming up against people, an investor that's a shark, and you've got to go toe to toe, talk their language, but then you've got to look out for your real compassionate, sweet, generous, and compassionate nonprofit client here. And I got to make the hard decision to tell him this might not be the right investor. And now that guy has got to walk away from the money knowing that it's not the right fit. That's a tough decision. It's a tough decision to get rid of a partner who's not carrying their weight. It's a tough decision to tell your wife every day, I think I'm going to get this done. Really, I am. And they're like, well, when? When? And you're like, well, I don't know. But I know it's coming soon. It's just around the corner. You're going to find yourself dialoguing these things. Oh, it's going to come through any day now. Oh, this looks close. Oh, trust me, I should just write a book on that. That way you're familiar with the dialogue of an entrepreneur. All right, so number 10. This is my favorite one. Do you like roller coasters? I hate them. My stomach hurts. I scream when I see people go up. I go up and oh, it's horrible. But this is what being an entrepreneur is all about. You are going to be in for the ride of your life. And half the time it's a roller coaster of up and down. Sometimes it's Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. You're spinning around so much you can't even think straight. You can't focus. I should just give up. But just tell yourself, if you really have what it takes, you know already. You just need permission. I'm here to tell you, go ahead and do it. I'm here to give you some tips, here to give you some what nots and what do's and all of that kind of stuff. And then at the end of the day, wish you well on your journey. I've been doing it and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Okay, let me leave you with a target message. Here's your target message. We went through the questionnaire of the entrepreneur's heart. There's 10 questions there. I want you to grade yourself from 1 to 5. 5 stars being highest, okay? This is a self-evaluation. You don't have to share it with me. If you want to, go ahead. And if some of you go, wow, I got 5 on all 8 out of 10, and you're ready to take that next step, then go ahead and go to my website and see the services that I offer. Perhaps you're a lot more ready than you thought, and maybe you need some help. Even if you want to take advantage of the free consultation, perfect. Just give me a call, and that way we can set that up. And here's your inspirational message. Remember, you have nothing to lose by trying to win, but everything to lose by not trying. All right? Please like, subscribe, and share. There might be people in your sphere of influence that could really benefit from even this questionnaire. It's only episode 2. I got a lot more in me, a lot of wealth of experience, a lot of master connections just waiting for you. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye.